A poor girl saves a man at the mountain foot. Hours later, she discovers he's a billionaire. The wind howled through the trees as 14-year-old Lily trudged down the narrow dirt path at the foot of the mountain. Her thin sweater did little to shield her from the biting cold, but she was used to discomfort. Life had never been kind to her. Lily lived in a tiny wooden shack with her grandmother. Since her parents died in a car accident, she had learned to survive with next to nothing. Every day, she collected firewood and sold it in the nearby town, earning just enough for a loaf of bread and a few scraps of food. Despite her struggles, she never complained. She believed that kindness, no matter how small, had the power to change the world. That evening, as she dragged a bundle of sticks behind her, she heard a faint groan. She stopped. Listened. It was coming from the bushes near the rocky edge of the path. Cautiously, she stepped closer. There, partially hidden under the branches, lay a man, his suit torn, his face pale. He clutched his leg, grimacing in pain. "Sir. Are you okay?" Lily asked, her voice trembling. The man looked up, eyes clouded with exhaustion. "Fell, slipped down the slope," he muttered. "Phone, dead." Lily glanced at his leg, swollen, likely broken. She didn't know who he was, but that didn't matter. He needed help. "I live close by," she said. "I'll help you." With surprising strength for her small frame, she helped the man up, letting him lean on her. Slowly, step by step, they made their way to her home. Her grandmother gasped when she saw them. "Lily, dear, who is this?" "He fell, Grandma. We need to help him." Despite their own poverty, they wrapped the man in their only warm blanket, gave him hot soup, and let him rest on their little bed. Lily stayed up all night, tending to him, making sure he was comfortable. By morning, the man's color had returned. He was still weak, but he looked at Lily with something new in his eyes, respect, gratitude, and something deeper. "Thank you," he said softly. "You saved my life." "It's nothing," Lily replied with a small smile. "Anyone would have helped." The man chuckled. "Not anyone. The world isn't always so kind." A few hours later, a black SUV roared up the dirt path, stopping outside their humble shack. Men in suits jumped out and rushed toward the door. "Mr. Donovan," one of them exclaimed. "We've been searching for you all night." Lily's eyes widened. You know him?" The men nodded. "This is James Donovan, the billionaire CEO of Donovan Enterprises." Lily's breath caught in her throat. A billionaire? She had taken in a billionaire. Mr. Donovan smiled. "I'm sorry for not introducing myself properly." He turned to Lily's grandmother. "Your granddaughter saved me. She has a heart of gold." Tears welled up in the old woman's eyes. "She has always been that way." Mr. Donovan looked around their tiny home. Its cracked walls, the nearly empty cupboards, the worn-out furniture. He had spent his life surrounded by luxury, yet here he was, in the home of the poorest people he had ever met, and they had given him everything they had. "I can't leave without doing something," he said, his voice thick with emotion. He pulled out a checkbook and started writing. Lily's grandmother shook her head. "We didn't help you for money." "I know," he said softly. "But I want to help you." He handed Lily an envelope. "This isn't charity, it's an investment in your future. You have a rare kindness, Lily. The world needs more people like you." Lily hesitated, then opened it. Her hands trembled. It wasn't just a check, it was a full scholarship for school, a job for her grandmother, and a home in the city. Tears spilled down Lily's cheeks. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to dream of a different life, one where she wouldn't have to struggle for every meal, where she could study, grow, and maybe even help others the way she had helped him. She looked up at Mr. Donovan, her heart swelling with gratitude. "Thank you," she whispered. He smiled. "No, Lily. Thank you." And just like that, a single act of kindness had changed both of their lives forever.